Goodness. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chandler's Cottage. Doesn't this feel strange? We are on Monday night at 7:30, just to mix things up a little bit. I hope you've had a great start to your week, and perhaps you're at work today. Perhaps you did. Is it your shopping day on a Monday? I like to try and get my shopping done early on a Monday. Get the place organised for the week. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I'll just switch over so I can see who's here. Switch. And there we go. So tonight is all about what we were supposed to do yesterday morning. And Rob did solve the mystery. So tonight we should be good. But he is all over it from afar tonight, but he's watching, and hopefully it will all run really smoothly. Good evening, Andrea. Good evening, Yvonne. Deb, Kathy, hello. Lois goes, I'm on time for a change. Well, I'm on time too tonight. I don't know why we went with 8 instead of 7:30 when we started doing evening shows, but there must have been a very legitimate reason, and I don't know what it is. Probably so I didn't overlap with Tash when we were doing the same products and things at the same time. But, oh, stop showing off, Angela. Good afternoon from Da Nang. She's off overseas, gallivanting. Mary Ann, hello, good evening to you. Judy V is here as well. Lynn's here, Donna's here. Oh, Christine Davies in the building. Oh, you're all on the ball this evening. Robert, what do you have faith in? Do you have faith in the system? Faith in Facebook, faith in the switcher, or me? Come on, you're going to have to narrow it down. And if you're going to post from afar, you do it under your own Facebook page so everyone knows it's you. That's just naughty. Jeanette, you in your jammies. Got your hot chockey and you're in your jammies. Excellent. Deb Wilkie, good evening. Hello, Doreen. Francis, hi. Oh, good evening, Karen. Oh, you're all lovely. Leanne says, big day at work, getting ready for holiday. Helping on Endeavour Rally again this year. Really? Wowza. Sorry. Jenny decided she needed to go out just before we started. So if we get a meow meow at the door, I'll have to go and let her in. Dell, lovely to see you too. Well, virtually I can't see you, but I know what you look like and I wish you were here. Diane Nugent, good evening. Oh, and I'm Festival of Quilts. I know. I sent friends. Jennifer from Wonderful was there. My very good mate Leanne Kane was there and sending brag shots. The quilts looked absolutely stunning. And as I did say on Sunday morning, Instagram, Michelle Marvick's page is a great spot to pick them up. And there's also a Festival of Quilts Instagram page that you can have a look. But there were some stunning quilts this year. And I would have loved to have seen you. But we did see each other this year, didn't we? We did. We saw you in January here. Denise, good evening. Doreen is typing something that has auto-corrected and it hasn't worked. I'm not picking on you because I do it all the time. Judy B, what's happening? What's happening? Megan has just sent me a photo of an amazing bag she's made with corduroy and our denim zips. It's rather fabulous. And I've seen photos of what she's sending for the Melbourne exhibition. Pretty good. I need to get that newsletter out tomorrow, don't I? So that will be Wednesday. So everyone that doesn't do Facebook knows that it's on. And we started, did you see, we started our official exhibition social media program today. A lot of you commented or liked it, which was really nice. So you'll see a few of those roll out over the next couple of weeks. Yvonne, good evening. Hello, Pauline. Now he's there as Robert Chandler. Suck up. Liz, good evening. Bridget's here from all the way up there in Echuca. Good evening, Bridge. Yeah, Meg. Oh, nice bag. It's denim. The denim zips are a little bit like wearing jeans. You put pretty much anything with them. Correct? Well, that's the theory we're testing with absolutely everything, and so far it's working. Donna, I can see you're here. Good evening to you. Thank you. Thanks for dropping in. I'm sure we'll get some stragglers come in that are used to the 8 o'clock thing, but I am doing, I did want to start early tonight because we've got a lot to get through, and I had planned to have a meeting with someone in the UK this evening morning time there. So to line all of that up correctly, that's all of the reasons that I wanted to start a bit earlier tonight. So there you go. So what were we going to do Sunday morning? So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look just quickly at how easy it is to sew through our cork, because the cork's fantastic with one of our TO projects. We're going to have a look at the calendar project for August, which is Rolling Hills, our little pincushion here, and I'm going to just quickly walk you through how the theory and the technique behind how that works. And I think it's just one of those techniques that once you've got it, you'll be able to use it for lots of different things. And then a kick onto that one of our other projects that's got curves in it as a TO. Then I have been just in the last hour sitting out here cruisy, and I have started all of the pockets on the front of my traveller bags that I'm making. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. But anyway, 4 that I'm working on. So I just want to show you where I'm up to and show you the first steps for making that pocket. Now, we have done a lot of those style pockets before, but I really wanted to look at it in context of how we construct the front of a traveller bag. So, and the different combinations I'm doing, because as I mentioned, they will be available as limited edition kits. I've already got some requests for some of them by email, which is great, and you're most welcome to let me know if you would like one, and then I'll only put online the ones that are left after I've got pre-orders. So there's heaps to go through, but first and foremost this evening, as is tradition on many of our shows, we all need to all hail Jason Yenter, first week in December 2026. It's a long time to wait, I know, but I have selected events and venues, so we have to wait till December next year, but in the meantime we can still enjoy his beautiful fabrics. So we got in sort of the first half of I Dream in Colour a couple of weeks ago, and we had them on the show, and as I mentioned then and yesterday morning, well, I kept freezing, not freezing cold, freezing on the screen. It was the range that sat, oh thanks Fee, glad you like it. No, sorry, I got to answer this. No, Liz, you're not too late. We're just over half sold on the advent calendars, so please feel free to order one if you like. Good evening, Sylvia. Fee, I'm glad you like the blue. Yeah, I really like it too. We didn't have a lot of the blue when we first got it in. I Dream in Colour was the finish, Tim's finishing off at Lloyd Curzon as distributing Jason and us starting up. It was the last collection that Tim received on behalf of Jason. Then we had Interwoven that had started with Tim, and now it's all come over to us. It's very complicated. And so in the middle of all of that, I missed I Dream in Colour, because we were kind of running around like Kermit runs around behind Grover on the Muppet Show, going absolutely nuts in the background, trying to get organised to do something that was a complete curveball, but of course we did it to distribute for Jay. So I'm somewhere in there, I missed it. And then Tim said, look, these customers, they loved it, they would like to reorder it, or they want more of it, can you please organise it? And as it started arriving, I was like, holy dooly, nearly missed the boat. So there's only one now to come, and I'll tell you which one it is, because you will easily be able to envisage what it looks like, but you can also go to Jason's website and see it. He has a beautiful fabric gallery of all of his fabrics. So it is the border stripe. We have one to go, and I'm getting plenty for us, so confidence there, we'll have it. This print in this colorway. So you can see I've got the blue one and the purple one. I'm just waiting on this. Now I'm waiting on this too, because it's been very popular in the States, and Jason had to go back and do a reprint, and there are a lot of challenges with timing, with shipping channels, clearing customs in the US, with tariffs and all that stuff going on at the moment. So it will get here. I'll be air freighting it in. I think I'll be getting it in next week actually. So that's to come. So if you love this colorway, please grab what you like now, and the border stripe will come. Now, what I did, because there's a lot of new ones, I had requests for fat quarter bundles. So I've done a fat quarter bundle of 5 fat quarters, in each of the colour stories for you. And as usual, it's a really nice little price compared to what it would usually be. It's got a discount on it. So you'll get them in a pretty little bundle like this. But I've left another set out flat so I can show them to you. And Julia, that gets you a prize, because that is right. And I do try not to clash with the stash, is what I call it when we're doing merchandising talks and stuff with shops. Do not clash with the stash. So you get a prize for that. This was made for me by Janice, who lives in the Atherton Tablelands in Queensland, and she's a great mate, and she sent down a heap of her handmade jewellery for me for those moments when I need to throw something on for a show, and I was amazing. And she also teaches for Rosemary at Cross Stitch Corner at Melander, so if you want to look up where that is, all the way up, way up. So yeah, it was very nice of her to send some stuff down. Sandy, good evening. Hello Cheryl. Ruthie's here. Julia, yes, thank you very much. Good jewelry choice. Good evening, Rita. Oh, Melissa, you're not switching to the blues, are you? Goodness. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Overhead shot. Oh, I think I got it straight, Robbie. Yeah, it's not bad. You can see I've got a lot of stuff on the counter though. Look at that. All right, so in the purple colorway, there's this pretty print. Some of these, and I don't think... Zan, is that you? Good evening. I can see you're here. Julie Sleeman's here. Hi, guys. Zan, it's been a while, mate, since I've seen you. I don't think you'd mind me saying, are we feeling just a little bit of a Liberty vibe? Just a smidge. I'm not saying it is. It's Jason through and through, but it's just... If I had some of those kind of more contemporary coloured Liberty lawns, excuse me, I'd be thinking this would go in. Yum. And remember, this is Jason's cloth. So as I was explaining yesterday, that he prints on this beautiful fabric that in the industry we call shirting fabric, and I print on sheeting. So it's just finer, and it will sit very nicely with a Liberty lawn or a voile. Really beautiful bright colours in this one for contrast. And then this is just sensational, dark, rich purples. Really, really lovely. Pamela Abbott, how are you this evening? Thank you. I'm glad you like them. I can't take credit. Angela, we have one kit left in the middle colorway. You do not. So is that all you've got left, Angela? Heavens. Right, Angela's got one kit at So Bright Quilting, but you can't have it at the moment. She's not there. So you're going to have to email her and put dabs on it. I love this. I do. And I can't remember what I said yesterday now. But I think I said it was really hard to get the photo of the fat quarter pack because there's so much variation. See that in the colours? So it came up with the really super bright pinks on it, but as you can see, it all changes across the bolt. It's really lovely. Can I tell you, when he comes next year, I mean, I get him, I know, I get to pick him up from the airport, and I get to spend time with him. But the one thing I really want, and I have 2 pieces already, is I have an autograph collection. I have Kate's, I've got Ginny Byers. Oh, and I've got 3, Amy Butler's. I get a fat quarter of their fabric that I really love, and I get a Sharpie, and I get them to sign it. It's like my own Who's Who signature quilt, but I can't bring myself to cut them off. And they wouldn't all go together because they all have different styles. But if you are trying to think about something that you would like, or you're going to make a bag with Jason's stuff when he comes, save a bit and we'll get him to sign it, and then you can sew it into the lining on the bag or something. It's what I like to do. There is another one that's in this collection that's here. You'll see it on the website under our search word for tonight. In the search window, you put the word calendar. It will bring up everything that we've got here. That hasn't gone in, and because there's not much of it left, that is the main reason I sort of didn't have the balance of fabric. So there's a beautiful little one here that I've shown you previously. that's a cream, and it's going to give you great contrast, but I didn't want to risk popping it in if someone really wanted some yardage of it. I need to get this border stripe out for you. Yep. Melissa, really, I know you said you liked the blue, but this is, you know, pretty good. So it's in your classic Jason 4 10-inch strips across the bolt. You can see that we've got this lovely little geometric pattern in between, and if you don't want to use that with the main part of the border stripes, of course this is fantastic for little bindings, trims, shoulder straps for handles, and it will all match and complement the colours, but you get a different little design with it. There are a myriad of different colours in here. I did pop up just before as well our restock of the interwoven fabric rolls, so I've got some more of these in, and if you have bought one previously, then you'll be able to play with this, and you can see you'll be able to bring up the lime greens, that beautiful cerise lilac colour in there. That's beautiful fuchsia pink colour in there. So there are the blues that are in there and the purples, because you've got 40 colours in there. So that's one place that you can go to look for colours to match. If you would prefer a classic gelato or something like that, or you'd like me to choose some colours for you, someone asked me to today, I've got to do in the morning, then just pop your order and say, Lisa, please pick me out 2 greens or a pink or a grey or whatever you'd like to go with it. And I love playing with the fabric and choosing colours for you, so that's fine. Nice bag, just a nice bag. You know, even if you think, oh, I love it, but I don't know if I want it as a quilt, nice bag. All right, I'll show you these ones, and I'm sure you can get an idea now of what the border stripe will be like to go with these. There's that gorgeous little print again with all the tiny floral in it. Shall I just give you a close-up on that? So look at the colours in there. Megan says it's raining in the Mallee. Megan, I want you out there dancing in the rain. Out you go. Oh, and snail pellets, pronto, or crushed eggshells, depending on what you use. Melissa, yes, you're right. It's the black that makes the colours pop. Absolutely. Just use it. Look. Oh, there's so much going on in there. This is the one, as I said yesterday, I don't know what it is. There is something about this green. And I'm going to take it when I go to see Mum and say, Mum, what is it about this green? There's going to be something from my childhood that brings it, unless it's the green velvet chair in my office. I think it's the green velvet chair in my office. I think that could be it. Either that or the club chair that's in our guest room that is pale pink, it's Melba pink at the moment. It was originally green, and that's the chair that I learnt to sit and sew in at my grandmother's on the school holidays, so I love that chair. I think it's the chair that used to be that colour. Isn't that funny, isn't it? We have smells that we resonate with, and then we also do colours as well. So that's it in there, beautiful, rich, sort of like a rosé colour. There's that little print again, so much shading going on. This I love. I mean, it's autumn and it's got pink in it. It does my head in. It's so good. And then this is beautiful. So many colours in there. Look. Look at them all. Look at the dirty iron. Let's not look at the dirty iron. Let's just get that out of shot. It's just embarrassing. I destroyed it in... It's like the lens is following me. I destroyed it in Marimbula. Can you see this beautiful aqua colour in here? And I sort of go, we haven't got anything that, but we do in Dip Dot Evolution and in Interwoven. We've got it in Ombres, it's here, and then you've got this cerise down here. Just a lovely little colour combo. And you can see there's all the interwovens that we put into the woven pincushion. And I actually think they're all in that fabric. Every single one of them's in there. Oh, that's just scary. All right, let's pop these back up. Here we go. And here's this blue. And I think you can see that well. Have a look at it on the website as well, or on Jason's. It's really kind of regal because it's sitting on the black. And then you've got all this really bold contrast in white over the top set behind the blues. Really unusual. I love this colour in here that's going into that real kind of purple royal blue colour. It's just gorgeous. These are the fat quarters, and then we shall get on with some sewing. So let's look at this one first. So again, really unusual to have these blues set on a black background, but it's almost like it's a night garden. That's how I look at this particular colorway. There's that little one that I'm loving all the time. I love this blue. This between all of them is probably the most subtle contrasting colors for this design. Now, there are only 4 that came through that we could still get with these. So I have taken the liberty of popping in one of Jason's from a previous collection that'll give you just another element because it's got that geometric design as well, and it pulls in all the colours that are in the others. Lovely. So this one on its own would look great with black, but again, as I was just saying when I was having a chat with Megan quickly before the show, denim. It's going to look fantastic with dark denim. It's going to look really good. Who said what when? Twisted knitting bags. Yeah. Yes, Melissa. And reworking the twisted at the moment to put Yomu into as well, because Yomu's got the 6-inch borders, and then we've got my ombres with them to use in the pin tucks. A lot of twisted knitting bag discussion going on at the moment, but yes, I totally agree. Marianne, I know, I forgot. I know I should have rung you when I was there. I'm sorry. The week just disappeared, but we are back in December. I like that. When were you in Merimbula? I know. I need to ring you when I'm there next time. It's sort of, I don't know, we were a bit washed out, and by the time I got my act together, it was time to come home. I'll see you in December. I'll let you know. Anyone that's up that way, I'll let you know and we can get together. All right, so, apologising. I've been meaning to ring you and tell you I was there. Oops. Catherine, good evening, multitasking tonight. So you've got me on one. I'm assuming I'm on the small screen, Kath. Dancing with the Stars on the big one, and the stitching. I can relate to that. That's that's feasible. Absolutely. All right, first of all, what I want to do is just, are you all good with this? If you've got any questions, just email me. I might get back to you tonight. It might be tomorrow morning because I've got a bit more on tonight. But just let me know. Anything, it's fine. Is there any other housekeeping? Exhibition. I'm going to start looking at numbers and just checking what we've got left on certain days, because we're filling up sort of on certain days at certain times, particularly for the Melba High Tea or the deluxe package. So I will let you know, but if you've got an inkling of when you want to come, please have a look. Or if you're trying to get your girls together as a group, so we have got groups coming that are 12s or 16s, and that kind of pretty much quickly wipes out some of the sessions that are available. So if you sort of know when you're coming and you're trying to get the girls together, you can always give me a buzz or email me, and I can tell you if there's a lot of spots left for that one, or whether you need to get the girls organised or switch to a different time. So just get in touch, that's fine. And thank you to everyone that's been sending me their forms so far. You've still got plenty of time, but thanks for the forms, for what you're putting in. I got Sharon Key's parcel in the mail today. I haven't unpacked it yet, but I'm very excited to see what she sent for the exhibition. Be great. Right, first tonight, keyring, cork. This is our little keyring here. And this ran as an advent calendar project last year, and now we have it up as a TO. Our TOs are just $10 each, and you get what you need inside to make it. So they're a great little project for you to have a play with, try a technique out, or using something you haven't done before. They're a nice little gift to give to someone as well. Or buy one if you really like it, then you can come back and buy more cork or more stuff, whatever you're doing. and then make a heap more for family and friends for presents, for fundraising, fates, all that sort of stuff. We have cork available, I think, in 4 different colours, and you buy it by the 10 centimetre strip, so you don't have to buy heaps when you're only making little things. It's also not cheap. So 10 centimetres, I think, is $6, so you probably, that's all you're going to want to buy, but you're going to get a lot of key rings out of 10 centimetres. And we also sell the little key rings in sets of 3, so they're under the word calendar tonight too, if you want to make more. Now we're going that way. Yep. Okay, come with me. So I've got one set up in here. Now I'm going to make excuses before I start because I may have refolded and ironed my little elongated octagon that sits on the top a few times. And he's a little bit wonky donkey now, but for the demo and to go on my key ring, he'll be fine. So you can see here that I've got, I'm just going to put that needle down a bit more. I've got my key ring here. We have folded over the cork. So you get a strip of cork, you fold it over, you pop your pre-shaped piece on top. So you get a little template in the kit to pre-shape your little elongated octagon. It's made of polyresin, so that's not right. What's this? Polypro? It's plastic. Thank you. So you can reuse it again and again. Perspex. God. You can reuse it again and again to do a lot more. So I've folded it, I've set it on top, I've pegged mine on. You can glue it on. One great little trick would be use our double-sided basting tape that we've got to hold it all in place. What I have done here is, if you hope you can see, I've got my open toe foot on and I've lined it up so it's actually sitting on the edge of the cork over here, so it's doubled over. And then what I've done, I've moved my needle across, so now my needle is sitting just in from the edge of the fold of the fabric that we fussy cut last time we were together. Now, last time we were together and the show worked. So the reason that I've done that is when you actually come around the corner here, I've got nothing to point with. I've got a spare needle. When you come around the corner here, I need to sit my foot actually up against the key ring because that's in there. It's going to be a little bit of a bump, so I'm sort of thinking ahead to how I'm going to get around the corner to go over it. Now this cork is so easy to sew through. You could actually do it by hand as well if you wanted to. You could easily, where are you going? Go forward. That's it. You could sit and do it with back stitch, with blanket stitch, if you wanted to. Okay, I'm just going up to the corner. So that's as far up as I can go. And now I'm going to lift my foot and I'm going to turn it. So when I put my foot back down, I'm just squeezing out, if you like, for want of a better word, just squeezing out the key ring. And so my foot's now sitting right up against the key ring. Bit more. I could have actually pushed my, put my needle across a bit further. That's okay. And then round the corner here. So I'm going to take that peg off, go down, and then turn the corner. And I can double check that I've got my foot down on the edge of the cork again. Now, I'm doing all this talking about lining it up, but I'm not actually talking anything about getting my needle to go through the cork. It is really lovely to sew through. Deb Nielsen was in the other day and she said, "Can you free motion quilt through it?" And I just looked at her and said, "I can't see why not." So Deb was going home to give it a whirl. And I haven't heard of any disasters, no swearing over the phone or anything, so I'm assuming it was fine. And if she can do it on her long arm Benina, well, I'm going to have a go. We've got 2 sides to go. And this is going on the spare ride-on mower key. Robert, if you're wondering. We're going to have green for the garden. Now, what will I do? Oh, I'll do a finishing stitch for me. See, up and down through the cork, no problem. There you go. So I'll pull that off. And there you have it, all done. And it's on, and it's sewn through to the back. I've got a little bit of thread caught up there on the back, but that's not a game changer. I'll just get that off. That's probably Lisa was naughty and didn't hold her thread to start off. There we go. There, so it's gone through to the back. As I said, it's a little wonky because I have been messing around with it, but it is really easy to sew through. Now, that's 2 thicknesses of cork, but the same goes if you want to use it around the base on a bag. A long time ago, before we moved up here, we had one of our first little bags, and I made it with the teal flowering gum, which is only 2 bolts left of now. And we put the natural cork on the bottom, and I have sourced again the beautiful ceramic flowers that match, that we did way back when, so I might do another one of those. But I really love this new green one that we've got in, and that was the pink and teal under the Australian sun. The foliage on the fabric is a really nice match, as you can see, for the cork. So maybe that's what we should do. I hate it when that happens at night time when I'm doing a show. There's this weird noise. Did you hear it? It's the FPOS machine settling. Gets me every time. What did I want to mention to you? Oh, I also popped up under tonight's search word a couple of different coloured threads for you. Now, I'm going to change over threads here tonight. Yet? Yes. Because we sort of will edge towards the dark side, to the dark red to use for my little pincushion demo that I've got for you. But this green that I found in confetti over there is a lovely match for the cork. So let me just show you, just in case you're wondering. That is really, really nice. So you'll find that there's a few threads under tonight. There's a lot of stuff in there tonight. This is colour 717, but you can see beautiful match. So really good for under the Australian sun and that green cork. So they're a really good match. I like that. And if you do have a kit for our pincushion from the calendar this month, it's going to be one of those greens that you can get away with using for a lot of things. That'll give a nice contrast on there. It doesn't look it on the screen, but it is. And the other one I just wanted to mention in terms of TOs is this one, and that would work really well with that as well. This is our little bubble and wave table mat. Again, this was in our advent calendar last year, but this is a really nice little one that we've set up now as a TO. It comes with a little 3/8 of an inch seam allowance wheel, and that is a really good question, Jeanette, and I will have a look for you. And it's just a great little technique one to use. So you use the wheel to do your wave, and you also use it to pre-shape these little guys here. So that's just another one that's there. They're just nice little things. I sort of want to call them what we should still call again, a chewy checkout. It's that little pack of chewy you grab on the way out of the supermarket kind of thing at the checkout in your cart. Maybe they're a little more than that, but they are along those lines that if you wanted to add one each time as a collection to try different techniques, if you didn't do the calendar last year, they are there. So I have to make, for those who did the calendar, you know, the little Melba fan decoration that we did, a little pendant. I need to make some of those, don't I, to hang at the exhibition. I don't know where mine is. I really don't. I think I gifted it, and so now I need to make a heap more. Just a heap more. That was a super question. Jeanette asked, does it match Melba? Give me a minute. Do you know, Jeanette, probably if you're thinking about Nouveau, let's have a look. Shall we just audition this? So Jeanette asked if the green cork matches Melba. It does. It matches in with this here. It would depend on which of the Melba prints you use, because some of them have more of that green than others, but I tell you what, it's quite nice on the eye. It really is. But aside of that, it looks equally. Oh, Jeanette, look at this. Look, it's the flannel flower green. So if you were to use it with the Australis colorway, look at that. Oh, thanks, Jeanette. That's just great. Now I'm going to have to do something with that. I'm going to have to fussy cut it all down and make something with the cork. Great. But seriously, it kind of looks good with both, but it's a dead set match for that green in the Australis. Wow. Okay, pop that there for now. Now what I want to do now is just run you through the techniques in the Pincushion. If you don't have the calendar, don't worry. This is just a nice little technique to quickly show you that you might be able to use in the future. If you have your calendar and you would like the little green kit, I've got 8 of them available still, so you might want to grab one. But I'm also going to show it to you in an ombre tonight as well. So this is our, gee, I wasn't very entrepreneurial this evening. I should have tagged our little micro scissors, shouldn't I? I did not, but they are there on the website that look really nice. We actually popped it in there, I think, for the photo as well. So this is just a little rolling hills one. This was inspired by the view on our back veranda. If you've been here, you know what I'm talking about or seen the photos. So we've got one hill that is slip stitched onto the pocket, and then we've got another hill that is slip stitched onto the back piece on the front, and then they're overlapped. So you've got a little pocket here if you wish to pop your scissors or a pack of needles or something in, and the plain green on the back. And then in the kit you've got the main piece of green, and then you've got the 3 different fabrics to use for your heels that are here. What, did I miss anything? Yolanda's here. Good evening. Good morning. Good morning. I know Margaret to speak Dutch to you, so I'm very sorry, but hello Yolanda, it's lovely that you're here. Okay, we're going to get to the... Did I miss anything else? Oh my goodness, it's very exciting. Melissa, behave. Oh, more scissors. Now, you can never have enough scissors. Have I told you the story about Emma's dad, about John? He one night said to Emma when she was over sewing at her mum's, "That's ridiculous. What do you need 3 pairs of scissors for?" Oh, she marched him straight out to his tool shed and pointed at the wall and said, "How many hammers do you need, Dad?" John is a tool man. Oh, he didn't live that one down for a very long time. It's very funny. How many scissors do you need? How many drills do you need? Well, in Steve's case, how many chainsaws? Oh, never mind. Don't get me started. All right. Now, with this pattern, hang on, let me just grab this. Rolling hills. Ooh, nice recipe this month too. Let me just get the pretty picture for you. You've got to do it with the picture. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. We've got a nice roasted winter salad. I can't remember what I officially called it, but we're actually going to have it for dinner. Friday night. Just a tip. I've got to find it. Find it? No. Roasted vegetables and pesto pots. Yeah, that one. Yum. You know, you just get sick of vegetables all the time, so we're going to beef it up with some pesto and some feta. All of that. Rosemary, baby spinach leaves I've got in the garden. Sorry, I'll move on. I'm getting hungry talking about it. So, now the rolling hills I've done in green because they're green, but I've actually cut my bits out to show you tonight from an ombre. So we're running it with 302. Oh, I said the wrong number yesterday. 302, not 307. And what you do is you cut, well, I have cut all the pieces that are in the diagrams out of just cheap and cheerful adhesive backed or tearaway or freezer paper. So I've gone to the pattern that's up further, that's in here, and cut all of my little rolly hill bits out. And I'm doing them in all these colours from that ombre bolt. So I have cut them out of that, okay? That's what they're coming out of. And then what I'm going to do is iron on, so that's my back piece, that's up here. And then the others, this is A, B and C, like this and like this. Now in the pattern it asks you to actually draw them on and everything, but I'm going to cheat tonight, of course I am, and I'm actually going to iron them on. So we'll just pop them on here. So it says to make templates, and then add a 1/4 inch around them all. Right, this is my little shortcut. And those that are doing the Japanese Baltimore with me at the moment know it's all about taking the traditional design and doing it traditional if you like, or finding all the shortcuts. So this is A. If you decide to do them with all different colours, what I'd ask you to do is just pay attention to which way round they're going to go on the pincushion. It was pretty foolproof with these because we used the same fabric on the back. This time I'm mixing it up a little bit, so it's a little bit different. Now what I need to do is pop, I'm going to put that one on the back here. I'm going to pop these together like that, right sides together, and then we can sew straight across. This one here, I'm going to pop this one on the back, or maybe, no, yes, that one on there, and then sew them together like that, and then this one here. So these are going to be my rolling hills that are just sort of all going to build up into different layers that are going to be used. Now with this one as well, it really is optional for you. Yes, Bridget, I concur. They would make a lovely evening bag. Oh, Bridget, we could do them in silk too. This little one here, I have actually sewn on, but you could have it as a little extra pocket if you wanted to. What I would say though, if you want to leave them all open as little separate pockets, you might need to, or you might want to come through and add some little divisions in, because it will kind of all end up quite gapey. And because I've only got one, it's sort of not too bad. But if you did want to do that, say with this one, I'd put a line through here, so you've just got this little pocket area, and leave this one open. And then with this third one up here, I would also put a little division in so that everything sits and stays where it's supposed to. Okay, I'm going to take these across to the machine, and then just bear with me for a tick because I want to switch over to this thread, which is a lovely dark burgundy colour. I've actually chosen this one for one of the travelers. This is 301. Can you see that? And I've got it in my bobbin ready to go. The reason that I've chosen this, it goes beautifully with our dark red zip with the brass. So that's the reason it's been chosen to go over there, going over there, but it will also work for this. So I'll just pop these in. Yeah, Jeanette, absolutely. It'd be really nice as a zip purse. And I'm really raptured you're all thinking like that, because it really is about the technique and then interpreting it and using it as you want to. I don't know why I took the foot off. There was no reason to take the foot off. Let's put that back. Put that back in there. And the technique that we used for the TO is a little bit different, but the same principle. You can pre-shape over freezer paper to get your curve. You know how we just take over a seam allowance and secure it with a glue stick. You could use total support. which is going to give you more support, and then you can leave it in, and that's going to give you the shape as well. So there's lots of options, but the whole pre-shaping, bagging out technique can be used for so many different things. I spent a good hour finishing off the second project for the Winter Creative Escape today, and I'm just up to writing the instructions. Why am I telling you that? Well, there's a bit of pre-shaping in there as well to use, and I'm hoping that, again, with that project, that everyone that does it then takes the techniques and uses them elsewhere. I've made a few extra ones. If there's any left, I'll save them and take them to the Melbourne exhibition, and you can't see what I'm doing. Hang on, let's go. Let's go. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just now sew right on the edge of that paper. Did we all write to Benina and tell them they need to put a little beep alarm on to remind us to put the differential feed on? Not differential, dual feed. Sorry, I'll just do this one and then you'll get the gist. If Em was here, she'd get out the pinking shears, wouldn't she, Meg? Oh, I'm picking on Em. Let's not pick on Em in case she watches this later, and because I'm spending Thursday with her. She get out the pinking shears for this curve. I'm not. I'm just going to cut it nice and close to the edge. So there we are. That's sewn. Oh, that's sewn right round. Now I'm going to leave that paper on for a minute. I'll get my big girls out here, and I'm going to cut this down to a scant 1/4 inch, more like an eighth of an inch, like that. Then I'll peel off my paper, because this is not one that I would leave in. Take that off. Any scraps you've got of freezer paper or anything like that. And then we're going to bag it out. So we could sit and calmly and effectively and precision-wise needle turn over one rolling hill onto the next, or we could whiz it through the sewing machine like this. You know I love needle turn. For those in the club during the Baltimore, I did tell you, didn't I, in my note, we're going to cover traditional needle turn, pre-shaping and raw edge on our clover block. So if you are in the club, if you're watching for the first time, you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is our little club that's $10 a month, and we're working on my Japanese Baltimore, and we're just about to start the clover block. Okay, there we go. So there is one hill. So this kind of explains what we're doing, doesn't it? That's going to go, oh, it's probably not that one. Yes, it is. That's going to go there, like that. And so then the next one is going to be this colour. It's going to be that colour. So that one's going to sit under there. And then I'm going to have this colour. Super easy, really easy to do. That's going to go there, and then I'm going to have the purple. So it will be like a sunset or a sunrise colours instead. Now when you come to pop these all together, what I did with this one, I actually slip stitched it on to the one above, but then I went back and top stitched it as well. So they are all together, and then when this one's bagged out, of course, it's got a big bit on the back, so it goes all the way to the bottom, and that creates your pocket. And then the one that's up here, number C, that gets slip stitched and top stitched onto the backing piece, which in this case is this one. So you can have so much fun doing this. Really, the possibilities are kind of quite endless. So all you have to do is just sit and draw. So if we were to use a different ombre again, if we had one of our lovely blue teals or something, then you can come through and do this and create waves that you can pop fish over the top of. We've got that Oceana range, haven't we? Wonders of the Ocean coming to Chandler's Cottage, so maybe we can have a little play. But you can just create them any way you like. Now the other thing too, let's not just look at them this way. Think about them going this way for a design. So if you wanted to create the effects like our bubble T-O, like this one, these were done with pre-shaping and a seam allowance, but you could bag out as well. So if you wanted to create something that perhaps mimics bark, you could use lots of beautiful rusty browns and sort of get this going on. And you could just split it down the middle and have another one as well. Then, like here, you could come through and add in other little elements over the top if you wanted to. So it really is a fun way of creating different curves and things. Don't worry about the bulk that's in there. Just keep it, don't pad it out with anything. Just keep it with two fabrics together, and then it's really not going to get too thick for you to be able to sew through. If you've got multiple layers, you know what to do. Just pop your walking foot on to hold them together. Perhaps hold them together with some lightweight adhesive glue stick, not too close to the edge in case you're going to top stitch, double-sided tape, anything. Just have a lot of fun with it. I love the idea of kind of, oh no, wait, before we move on. I love the idea of using it for, do you remember the old-fashioned Christmas decorations that were made of that beautiful, they were sort of like, they're like glass, aren't they? And they're painted. And some of the old ones would have like a little window that you saw into. Mum and Dad had some that were brought back from them from Europe, and I think Rob and I grabbed them in Bavaria and stuff, and they're sort of, you'd have them like this shape, like that's really wonky, but please forgive me, it's getting late. And what you could do is actually have your curves in here, so it's actually really 3D, and then you can put, remember they had like those little like star things inside, you could put a little Christmas motif or a button in there, but have that in that rich precious metals gold that we've got, and then have reds around the outside, and literally have those, oh, I've lost my wave now, but actually have like an open edge that you can see underneath on. There's lots and lots of things, just goes on and on and on. But I hope if you've got your you've got your pincushion to make up in your calendar, that you'll have a go either with something out of your stash or with the kits if you've got it. And as I said, we've got a few of them still available in these lovely greens. Two of them are of course Jason's. Of course they are. Of course they are. There's, I've seen what he's doing for next year already. Just, we can't even talk about it. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I can't even talk about it. Being quite dramatic, but seriously, there's some lovely stuff. And I suppose now that we know he's going to be here, I'm taking even more of a personal interest in what he's doing for next year, because I'm thinking, well, what are you going to bring for my girls? Kind of, you know, thought in my head. We won't be disappointed. It'll be great. Anyway, more on that at a later date. Just know, first week December. I will not be going to Marimbula next year. Let me just get these up here because there's so much stuff on the table. There we go. All right, now, travellers. So I know a lot of you have grabbed your patterns. I've had a lot of conversations with people about kits and everything. I've also spoken to people that bought the kit and it's been sitting in the cupboard or on the table for quite a while. So when I said, do you want me to play with them? I got a lot of yes, and so I have, and I'm actually making 4 at once at the moment, and we'll go through a different step each time. I'm going to start off with the easy step tonight, and then it will build up. And we'll do the concealed zip closure at the top. We'll do all of that. So this is our concealed zip at the top. But what I've just started working on this week is this pocket section here. So I'll show you the colour combos that I'm doing as my samples and kits to go through. Did I miss anything? Thanks, Therese. Oh, look, you're doing my job for me. Thank you. Let me show you these ones first. So first up, this is the one that I made a year ago, and I know I made it a year ago, didn't I? And because I actually took this with me to Birmingham, and I took it like this because I already had 2 complete bags, and I was able to just pin this one up on the wall. It's zigzagged around the edge, and so it's just been living here like this, which is a bit sad, but now we're going to finish it off. So we will be using this one for part of our demo for the side gussets and for the concealed zip at the top. The back is also done ready for this one. I think it's got its buckle sitting. Oh, it's got lots of stuff sitting in there. It's got its pieces for the concealed zip closure and its buckle and everything. So that's what the back looks like, and we'll come to doing those as well. So I'm going to pop this one aside. I've got room on the table because Fluff Ball's not in here. Now, I showed you last week that this is another of the combinations that I'm putting together. So this is this beautiful Figo fabric, and this is the outside. So with this one, in the last show, we did some fussy cutting to kind of make sure everything was up the right way, get a really nice balance of the flowers and things. So I've made this section up. I have top stitched either side. So this one is ready, and this is the facing. So that's the gorgeous peacock fabric. I do suspect that some of the people that are grabbing this kit will be putting something else in the lining and saving their peacocks for something else. So I've got that one ready to go, and this is the colour that is going down each side. So that will bind the pockets as well. So this colour picks up this beautiful cerise that's in here. It's a really, really nice colour. So that one will really pop. So I'm going to pop that over there as well. This is the Australis version in Melba, and this will be the same as you like as the grey one that I just showed you, but we're doing in the black and orange. I've made this one to this point as well. I still need to top stitch either side of the zip so that it sits nice and flat and that the lining doesn't end up getting caught in our zip as we start using it. With this one, with the top stitching, I've learnt this little trick, and this is colour, wait for it, 201. It's not black, it's actually this beautiful black grey, and what it means is it will sit, oh, I don't know that you can see it up that close, maybe can just see it, I don't know, it's sitting on the lower bit there. But what happens is, you probably just need to see the whole reel. It'll look black, but it looks like you still get a little bit of contrast so that this top stitch doesn't completely disappear. So you get a contrast of black on black, I suppose. And I did fussy cut this one. I couldn't help myself to just get the top of the fan. I just had to do it. I won't be going overboard with fussy cutting for the side panels, I don't think. Maybe. Hang on. This is, yeah, well, I did fussy cut this one, didn't I? Maybe I'll have to. I probably will, won't I? But anyway, I really wanted to get that in there. On this one, I'll probably get the flowering gum up in here, so I've got that up there too. So that's the start of this one, and I'm using, as you can see, the cream Melba fans for the lining, and I have chosen this shadow play to use for the trim either side. Now I'm sorry, I didn't note what it was before I came over. If you are looking for that orange contrast, in that darker colour for something that you're making for yourself, for the exhibition, whatever, just email me at info@Chandler's Cottage and I can let you know. I'll send you the link and let you know which one it is. Way back at the start, when we started with this, we actually had Robert Kaufman. Remember, I started printing, our first print run for Melba was actually done by Kaufman for us. And I was matching it up with all of the Kaufman metallic fusions that we don't even have anymore. So there was a beautiful orange 6644 fusion. You might still have some in your stash. I haven't got any left, but there are some beautiful ones out there. And of course, then later on, we went ahead and did the orange Melba fans. It was on the brighter side. I do really like this colour with it. So that's what that one's going to look like. So that's ready for me to come back and work on. Now the other one, or the final one, is the one that I chopped up my wine bag for last week. So that's this one here. Now, okay, so the panel has to be 13.5 inches high. If you buy the kit or you buy your individual Waratah stitcheries, they are 14. There's plenty of room. But no, Lisa had to show off and cut up her wine bag live on Facebook last week without the seam allowances. Quite hacked into it, didn't I? So my piece now is 12.5. What enough. So what I'm doing is adding a little cheetah piece to the bottom here. It'll just be a little bit sitting down the bottom. And what will happen if I sit my bag like this, and this is what I hope happens, if I sit it like this, it's sort of going to be kind of under there and you're not going to see it that much anyway, but I'm really not happy with myself. Anyway, if I'd unpicked it like a sensible person, I would have had way enough to use, but I didn't. So you'll have plenty. Don't worry when you see me with this little bit on the bottom of mine, you'll be fine. So I've got to sew that on there. And then for this one, as I showed you before, we're using this beautiful dark red with the gold. I came to my senses during the week. I ditched the solid taupe that I had, and I've gone, oh, don't be silly, of course it has to be great cream fans. So I'm changing the kits over that I've got to the cream fans to have inside. Of course we have to have Melba. How silly. So here I've got my pieces ready for my pocket. I do love this fabric. Look, that dark burgundy that I showed you was great with this fabric. But if you did want to hone in and go sort of more towards the colour that's in the fabric, this is another one that is fantastic match for it. This is 317. You might have this fabric in your stash anyway. So that's the confetti. See, it's more of a real pink colour, whereas I've gone for one that's more down on the dark side that goes with the zip. So I'm going to sit the dark one over the top of this. I think they're both fantastic. So one matches the zip and one matches the fabric. So I'm going to have to make that decision. So this is G. You can see, I know I still owe you a cutting sheet, and I threw it at Cass this afternoon, but we had a lot on, and she's not in tomorrow, so it will eventually get there. Deb Burt, well, it makes all of us who have done something. Yeah, that's right, Deb. Don't you confess it, though, on Facebook. Don't. Carlene's watching Dancing with the Stars as well. What am I missing? No, don't tell me. I'll go and have a look when I go inside later. I've got a heap of sewing to do. Ironing to do. I want to get ironed tonight all of the table runners for the Spring Creative Escape in October, because we started them and I want to finish them. And I'm up to bagging out and pressing all of the fabric baskets for the Melba exhibition, which is the only thing I'm really capable of doing at night after a show. So I'll just sit there and iron and watch telly. Okay. So this is our zip that I'm using. You can see that we do cut it a little bit bigger than needed. And I'm also changed my mind about the zip pull in the kit. I've switched them over to, why can't I get in here? The Funky Flowers, because these are back in stock and I really like these. I just think they kind of cover a lot of, get rid of the bad iron, cover a lot of bases, and it's sort of, it's more of a contemporary look. It's going to look really nice with this fabric. So that one's going to go on here. Put my glasses on. And you can see up here, I've got all of my pieces cut out for this one. I've taken this one a little bit further for now because I will be finishing this one off first, I think. But when I see you next time, we'll have all of our I'll have all of our front panels done, ready to cut down. So with this, we make a whole panel up. It's kind of like a square, and then we pop the template over the top to add in the side curves and the top curve. So there we go, that's on. Now when you come to do this, if you want your zip to end up with the zip pull on the right, you need to set it up on your board on the left. It's just the way that it all kind of happens, that you put that like that and then you flip it over and then it's round that way. So please pop it down with the pull on the left if you want to end up with it on the right. And I'm going to open this one up just a little bit more. Please tack your edges if there's any chance of you forgetting and just slipping the zip pull right off the end when you don't mean to. Okay. Oh, that one needs to go in the container. It is past it. So I'm going to pop just 3 pins across this, like that, and then flip it over and pop the back piece on. So we have done this a lot, folks, for bags. We were working on our big pocket tote. We've done heaps of this. You've got this, you're all over it. So I'm just going to do one for you tonight, and then I'm going to send you packing so that you can get yours done ready for next time. Okay, so 3 across like that. So let's go over to the machine. Oh, that's not the machine, that's the machine. Kayla Leave, good evening. Oh my goodness, how are you? Who else have I missed? Sandy's here. Chris, good evening. Lorraine, hi. Oh, it's all happening. Now, we're going to take off this, okay? And we're going to pop on our zipper foot. Remember when we all had a zip phobia? Do you remember that? We did, didn't we? We all had a zip phobia. Not anymore. I need to tell my machine that I have my zipper foot on. And also, Deb Burt, not mentioning anybody in particular, always remember that if you have switched over to your straight stitch needle plate, please make sure that you've left a note on your machine, or in our case told our machines that we've got the straight on, and then it will not let you move that needle over or use your zipper foot until you've fixed it all up, so that you don't break your needle when you put your needle down onto the straight stitch plate, because that's just really sad, and we break needles and it's just not good karma. Oh, I took that out and I actually don't want to. I want to go on this side. I like having my teeth on the top. There we go. I have put in the pattern to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. What I would say though is use whatever seam allowance you are comfortable with. If it is a smaller one because you really want to show off that zip, that's fine. All that will happen when you've got your pocket constructed is you might need to trim it down to match the length of the facing piece that goes behind. The whole section, when it's finished, needs to be, as you well know now, 13.5 inches tall. So that's one, and we'll take that over and give it a quick press. Okay, so this is where I will come through and top stitch, and I need to audition my threads to work out which one I want to use. See what I mean? That's now over on the right, which is where I like it. It doesn't really matter, I guess, but I do like it over on that side. So that's one, and then we've got a shorter one to go on the top. So then you'll do exactly the same thing. This is my shorter one here that goes on the top, and I will add my pellin to this. Oh, it's a tough call. I think I'm going to use the darker one, because the darker thread that I've got in the machine, rather than this paler, brighter pink. Reason being is that I have managed to find the perfect red to use for the plain trim, and so that's going to go down each side of this pocket section. So I think I will do it in that colour. So we'll go back over and have a look here. Have a looky. Now I can do this with the zipper foot. You're doing what, Meg? I'm stitching on the machine till I make a boo-boo, then I know it's time to stop. Yep, I can relate to that. Just don't make a big boo-boo. Don't make a big one, Meg, will you? Okay, I'm going to take that off and put my open toe foot back on, because I really want to see where I'm going. I could do it with the zipper foot, but as Megan pointed out, chances of something going wrong at this time of night are pretty high. Just want to chop that thread off. It's a pretty fabric, isn't it? It was just the weirdest thing that was this a mum thing? I think this was mum, or it was Susie. It wasn't me that went, that'll go with it. And I went, no, it won't. And I couldn't believe it. Such a good match with the stitchery. Okay, this time, a little bit like we were doing with the cork before, I'm going to sit this side of my foot in that 1/4 inch ditch that has been created between the teeth and the fabric seam. So when I put my foot down, it sits snug in that, and I would imagine that will happen for a lot of you. That will work. Then it's really quite secure. No, it's not. I'm going to put my jaw feed on. It's really quite secure, and I can mess around with where my needle position sits, and that's probably it. So let's go. I do think it's come on, off you go. I do think it's advantageous to increase your stitch length just a little when you're doing your top stitching. It will give it more of a pro kind of tailored look than a super small stitch. I've got mine on 3.75. I'd take it up to a 3 maybe as well. And I'm just using plain, just straight stitch, but you could triple stitch it if you wanted to make more of a detail if you had a plainer fabric. This is a really busy one, so it doesn't need anything like that. It's more of a functional top stitch. And we are using, you know, really lovely fabrics for these bags. But you could just do one, couldn't you, Megan? You could just do one in denim and have all sorts of beautiful embroideries or patches of precious old doilies. Megan and I would say vintage tea towels, all that stuff. And make it something really one-off and unique as well. So there you go. So there's that top stitch across there. That's on. And so now when I come back to this tomorrow, we've got our cream on the inside, then I will do the same, exactly the same, and add that piece up there. But just for fun for now, let's just have a look at how this one is going to be looking when this front pocket panel's done. So we'll just grab everything here before we go and have a look. So I'm going to pull that across to there. So they sit there, and we're just going to pretend we're going to sit that up there. He will look a lot bigger than he's going to be just because there's seam allowances still to take in. Maybe I'll sit him underneath. And then these will go down the side. So as I said, if you leave quite a big seam allowance here, you'll just be coming through and trimming a little off top or bottom on this pocket section, so it is the same height as your two strips that go on. So that goes there. This guy here is the thin bit that goes on that side. So if I grab you, oh, excuse me, right across the top. So this piece here is going to be this piece. So you can see we're going to put it together as a rectangle first, and then we come through and cut in all of our curves. And that way it's just super easy to work with and manageable. If we do any quilting or anything, you've got all of that shrinkage distortion will be all taken in. Do you want to come with me to the machine? I really need to just sew this, don't I? Well, let's just whack this bit on here. I know there's a lot of people out there that have had to add bits and pieces on to panels and things when they've made a boo-boo, and you just do it. You don't worry about it. You just do it. So I'm going to sew this on here. I'm using my open toe foot, so I'm going to move my needle across a bit so that I have got a 1/4 inch seam. There we go. Okay, and then we'll just give him a quick press down like that. If I really wanted to make it look like it was supposed to be there, I could top stitch it as well, couldn't I? Alright, back to here. So this I will trim down ever so carefully to 13.5. So that's going to go there. He'll go in a little bit. There you go. And then that's going to sit there on that side. So it's going to be such a different looking bag to this one, isn't it? Anyway, fun. Now, I'm just going to move that across a bit because it goes there. So what happens here is that there'll be a whole curve that comes in and cut, but that's not done until we've got all of this piece together. So there you go, that's that one, and it now has the cream fans on the inside. So just a super different look, and as I said, that's my task now, is to get these all to that point that they're ready for us to cut the curves in, and then we can have a look at the next step with them. Okay, should be good. Really want to make one out of this. Not before the exhibition. There's too much else going on. Could use gold thread for the top stitch on that fabric. Absolutely, Melissa. You could use metallic gold if you wanted to on there. It would look amazing. But that other pink's pretty. The other pink's pretty cool as well. So there you go. Now if you've got any questions about this bag or anything else, just email me. This is called the Traveller. If you are having a look for the Traveller on the website, I've used 1L in Traveller instead of 2. It was a big decision, but it means then that it is seen everywhere in the world because, you know, United States and everything only use 1L instead of 2. So it was a big decision. I wasn't going to win either way, but it is there under the Traveller with 1L. And if you're interested in any of these combo kits as well that aren't on the website yet, you can just email me and let me know which one you're interested in. The purple and gold one I think is up, but definitely the Melba one and the Aussie Oi Oi gum leaf one is definitely up on the website as well. So there you go. All right, everyone. Hey, thanks for spending Monday night with me for a change. That was really good. I look forward to seeing you Sunday morning. I will be here. Saturday, I'm looking forward to spending, anyone that's watching that's going, I'm going to spend Saturday making our kangaroo pouch bag with the lovely girls down at Phillip Island, at the Phillip Island Patchworkers. So I'll be there with them on Saturday, and then I'll be back and I'll see you on Sunday morning. All right? Thank you so much, everybody. Have a lovely week, won't you? And I'll see you then, okay? Bye, everyone. Thanks.